3 seconds. Billy was looking for the dunk in there, was looking for the alley-oop pass, and apparently it took a little bit long to get it to him, and he got called for the 3-second violation.
10 seconds to play. Carlisle up by 27. Catholics looking for one shot. They better hurry. They're not going to get it. Owens' desperation shot falls short. I guess we have to count that as a shot for Carlisle. I don't know if they made the buzzer or not, but if we do count it for Carlisle, that still means they only missed 2 shots this entire half. The first half score is 50-23. Carlisle in command, and all you can say is Carlisle was playing a perfect game, and how can Central Catholic combat something like that?
Well, I think at this point, the only thing they can do is to hope that Carlisle completely falls apart the second half, because they've just played perfectly, and if they play less than perfectly in the second half and Central Catholic starts hitting some shots, that's been a real problem. I'm sure their shooting percentage is around 20 or 25% for the first half. They just haven't hit anything.
Catholic only scoring 23 points in the first half as opposed to 50. Carlisle's on a 100-point pace.
Jim McCoy, their big offensive threat, is probably their leading scorer, and I'm sure he only has 2 or 3 baskets. And most of his shots have been wide open. He's going for the 3-point shot. They're reversing the ball well against the Carlisle zone, but while you're reversing the ball well, you're getting the ball to the open man. The open man has to make the shot. If the open man's not making the shot, all that movement and all that hustle out there on the offensive end does nothing for you.
We'll see what happens in the second half. Right now, we'll take a little bit of a break. You're watching PIAA Championship Basketball. I'm Herb Logan along with Brian Clark, and we'll be right back.
Next on off.
We're live back at Hershey Park Arena. Herb Logan here with Brian Clark, trying to catch our breath here at halftime. Carlisle is leading Pittsburgh Central Catholic by a score of 50-23. And you hate to keep coming. The attention always seems to focus on Carlisle, but it seems to go automatically there. You can't help it. The attention also on Carlisle almost automatically goes to Billy Owens. And before the game, Billy Owens made a prediction that he would play his greatest game to date. If you're talking pure numbers, that would mean 54 points.
I can't imagine anyone playing a greater game.
He scored 27 in the first half. He needs to score 27 more to have his greatest game. He scored 53 against Cumberland Valley. That was his career high, and he's certainly on line for that. You have some of the stats.
Well, he only had 3 rebounds and 2 block shots, but he did have 27 points. You know, you can't take anything away from the rest of the Carlisle team. They've shot, we have the stats here from the first half. Carlisle we made a little mistake in the first half. They weren't 22 for 24. They were 21 for 24. They still shot 88% from the field. Now, that's as a team. So Billy Owens had 27 points, but the rest of Carlisle scored 23. From the foul line, they were 7 for 9. They shot 78%. They had 16 rebounds and only 4 turnovers. For Central Catholic, they were 9 for 26 from the field, a little better than we thought, but still, 35% is not going to win you a state championship, especially when the other team's shooting 88%. From the foul line, they were 3 for 4 for 75%. They had 6 rebounds, almost tripled by Carlisle's rebounds, and they had 4 turnovers. What that says to me is that Central Catholic, even though they're not shooting well, they're not getting any follow-up shots as well. So that really hurts. That hurts twice as much. They're not able to hit the boards because Carlisle's giving them 1 shot and they're clearing the ball out. And they're clearing the ball out because Billy Owens is breaking down long, and the only person that Central Catholic has back to defend on that is about a 5'7" or a 5'8" guard, and you just can't stop Billy Owens on a play like that.
The optimist would say that it was a learning experience for Central Catholic in the first half. You got to hope they learned something, because it's quite evident, and you don't want to give the game away already, but if they haven't learned something, and they don't, as my grandma used to say, change horses in the middle of the stream, I don't see them winning at all. We have some individual statistics here.
We do have some individual statistics, but I think we're going to take a break right now. We're going to go back to the station. We'll be right back with more from Hershey Park Arena.
Central Catholic Vikings by a score of 50-23. Now, Central Catholic was 29-2 overall this season. Carlisle 32-0. You'd think that this game would be a little closer than it is. Unfortunately, it's a 27-point lead for Carlisle.
You'd think this game would be a lot closer than it is. It's a championship game, and I think what happened was Carlisle just came out so fast that they really caught Central Catholic unaware. I don't think Central Catholic realized how good Carlisle was. I don't think anybody realized how good Carlisle was until they put up 50 points in the first half of a high school game.
We have the halftime stats for you here. Out of the 23 points for Central Catholic, Jim McCoy was the high scorer with 9. Joe Conley had 5. Listerson 4, Burnett 2, and Shack 3. Rebounds, of course, as a team, they have only 4 rebounds I see here, 2 by Conley. Now Carlisle, of course, 27 points by Billy Owens in the first half, 9 from Kurt Gramlich, 6 from Lee Woodall, 6 from Todd Ewell, and 2 from Michael Coleman. Coleman and Gramlich share the rebounding lead with 4 apiece. And on the assist side, you have Todd Ewell with 7 assists, a lot of those to Billy Owens. They're about ready to start the second half.
Well, the good news for Central Catholic is that they get the ball to start the second half.
For the final? And the second half is underway. We'll see what they can do right off the bat. McCoy can't find any room. Give it over to Burnett, who has 4 fouls, by the way. He's in foul trouble. O'Brien to Shack.
Carlisle's still playing that tough 2-1-2 zone there, or 2-3 zone. And Burnett's got to watch out down there. There's a lot of pushing going on.
McCoy for 3.
And that's what Central Catholic needs to get back into this game. It's a long shot, but those 3-pointers make it a lot easier.
McCoy hits the 3s, and they could slowly get back into this game.
If you're a realist, you're saying it's impossible for Carlisle to keep up this pace and continue shooting this hot from the field. But if they continue to get shots down inside like they did in the first half.
And a turnover by Carlisle. Michael Coleman is called for 5 seconds. And Denny Shack will bring it up. Shack is Dan Marino's next door neighbor.
Central Catholic seems to be moving the ball a lot better this half.
McCoy with another 3, and it's good.
That'll bite into a lead pretty quickly, and if he starts hitting those 3-pointers, because they're getting him the ball, they move the ball well to the weak side.
50-29 Carlisle. A minute and a half into the third quarter. Owens way outside, looks for Gramlich. Gramlich had the shot at the foul line, but gives up to Coleman, and Coleman's going to be called for traveling. And he knows it.
And Dave Lebo's a little upset right now. Carlisle seems to have been thrown off their game plan. Central Catholic has come out here, and they have not given up.
Carlisle has yet to fire a shot.
This is for all the marbles. Central Catholic can't afford to give up at this point.
Burnett powers inside.
It looked like he got hit on the arm there, got away with one.
And O'Brien moves in. A much more aggressive Central Catholic team as McCoy shoots another 3. And Todd Ewell goes way high for the rebound and tips it out of bounds.
So now right there you saw a little bit of intimidation on the part of Central Catholic. They knew Billy Owens was down inside there. Number 13, Bill O'Brien, had the lane, and he did not take the shot because he heard footsteps or he saw long arms coming up there to block a shot.
Another 3-pointer for Catholic, and it's an 18-point Carlisle lead. Carlisle will switch back to man-to-man defense. They have the ball in offense right now, Michael Coleman.
And you're seeing a half-court press here. Now they drop back into a zone.
Billy Owens, drive baseline.
It was a blocking foul. He didn't have his feet set. Carlisle's got to be careful because, as we mentioned before, you're going to see a replay here.
Central Catholic much more aware of trying to take away the baseline from Billy Owens, but this time Conley couldn't get in front of him in time. Billy Owens very quick. Michael Coleman will get the inbounds pass. Owens is open underneath.
You're not going to stop him down there.
And the basket is good.
That's just smart. He hangs in the air. When he gets fouled, he goes up with that shot. He's in control. That's 29 points for him. I believe you mentioned, Herb, the record for a PIAA state championship game, or state game, is 38 points. That's Stu Jackson for Reading. Billy Owens has 29 now. He's working on 30.
And it's trouble for Jim McCoy, who committed that foul. He's got 4 now. And along with Burnett, as Owens makes the second shot, or completes the 3-point play.
And that puts Crummy in a tough position because he needs McCoy in there in order for Central Catholic to even have a hope to get back into this game. They've started working their way back.
McCoy's got to be very careful, and now that means that Who's going to guard Billy Owens close down low? They're going to have to bring in Banks probably.
Well, Carlisle's back into their zone defense now. Again, they're going to challenge. They're going to challenge Central Catholic, and they're double teaming every opportunity they get.
Billy Owens with the near steal.
Keeping us on our toes over here.
Bill O'Brien looks to shoot, but then drives. Nice move by O'Brien, and he's fouled.
That was good that time.
By Michael Coleman.
The last time he went in there, he dished off all the way out to the three-point area. You're going to see on the replay here, Bill O'Brien taking it down low amongst the Redwoods.
Kurt Gramlich was the man on the foul that time.
And he fends off the man with his left arm and puts up the shot. Good smart offense there by Bill O'Brien. Rattles it home.
53-33 Carlisle. 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
One thing you have to keep in mind is that this is Central Catholic's first state appearance. They seem to have settled down, but when they first came out, they were shattered, or shaken at least, by Carlisle in the way they played. They seem to have settled down now, but they can't play basket for basket.
Wide open underneath, Kurt Gramlich.
That is such a smart pass. They're cutting to the basket every chance they get. Billy Owens squares up, looks, the man's wide open, gets an easy layup.
You know, I guess if you wanted to find fault with Billy, you could say he doesn't hit the boards real well, but I don't know if he has time to do that. He's too busy dishing off assists and scoring points on his own. Denny Shack for three.
They need that.
No, they're only giving him 2 on that one. He must have stepped on the line.
Showtime. He's 6'9" now, and the way he handles a ball, he could be the first guard/center in the NBA. Of course, that's jumping ahead a few years.
Denny Shack again. Central Catholic is finding a touch here, and they've brought the lead down to 19. That was a three-pointer by Shack.
Carlisle seems to have slowed it down a little bit.
Catholic has definitely settled down here. Billy Owens with a turnaround.
But they've got to get someone to front him down there. They were playing him as a double team earlier, and I guess they decided that didn't work, so they went to a 2-1-2. They get the ball down low to him. McCoy with an air ball there.
McCoy's way off target.
But they get the ball down low to Billy Owens, and no one's going to stop him down there. They've got to get someone in front of him and behind him, and I don't know how you can do that without allowing the rest of the Carlisle team to burn you.
Gramlich will fire. No, he'll assist. Off to Owens, and the basket is good.
He's got such incredible body control.
There's just nothing they can do to stop Owens.
We're going to see it on a replay
it's not
here.
bragging or anything. It's just they can't do it. It's quite evident. Already, it's quite evident.
Owens is the line for 1.
We'll try to get a final point total so far on Owens. This foul shot makes it 37 points for Billy Owens. 37. Sheldon Bream comes in to the game, and Kurt Gramlich will sit down. Again, Catholic with 2 men in foul trouble. McCoy, their best offensive player, has 4. So does Burnett, their center. Both are in the game. And this is Burnett. Air ball.
And Carlisle had 3 guys around the basket for the rebound that time. Meanwhile, Central Catholic is so conscious of the Carlisle fast break that they sent all 5 back after the shot.
Two minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the third quarter. A 24-point Carlisle lead, 62-38. Here he is. And with that bucket, Billy Owens breaks the state final record for AAA Quad A games. The record being 38 points set by Stu Jackson of Reading.
McCoy just forced up a shot there. I think that Central Catholic is completely frustrated. The lead is now almost 30 points. And you can't blame them.
Foul on Owens. Owens is talking to Ewell in that shot. I guess he wasn't crazy with the way Ewell,
you see on the replay,
took that shot right there, and Owens went up for the rebound and fouled Burnett, who had position.
I'm not sure what they were talking about. I don't know that Billy was too happy that Todd took that shot. He was going away from the basket. It wasn't really a good high percentage shot. It looked like a layup, but it was a long distance layup.
Under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Sheldon Bream tight on Jim McCoy. And Woodall suckered into going into the air. Conley draws the foul.
That was Ewell, actually, and that's not good defense. You can't leave your feet like that, especially when a team's having trouble hitting from the outside. I think it was just a little ego thing there. It would be nice to block the shot. He left his feet flying into the corner. Really no need for that kind of play at this point.
Jay Listison comes in for Steve Burnett for Central. Conley's still in there. He hasn't done much today. His shot falls short. And Coleman will bring it up. Carlisle has never had it this easy in a state final, in their last 3 state finals. They came from behind last year to beat Meadville in a low-scoring game. This game, they couldn't reach 80 points. Of course, I'm looking very far ahead. With a minute 20 left to play, go in the third quarter, Central is just not posing much of a threat right now.
No, and they're sitting back in a zone right now, and Carlisle's really going to slow it down. There's just no need to push anything right now if they're going to sit back in a zone. It looks like they might be going for the last shot. They've come out now. They start to pressure the ball.
With a minute left in the third quarter, Central just looks tired. Denny Shack has been running around on the point, and so is Bill Bryan.
Tired, frustrated, and what hope do you have at this point? But they're not giving up.
You can tell the zone defense, the arms are down. Coaches like to have the arms up. But when you get tired, the arms get awful heavy.
At least that's what we were taught. Carlisle spreading it out now. The Central's just sitting back at this point.
25 seconds left in the third quarter now. 64-38 Carlisle. And now Central will make them play some offense. Sheldon Bream over to Coleman.
And you know where this is going to go.
Coleman looking underneath.
Oh.
But the alley-oop pass is picked off by Listison.
Uh-oh.
And then stolen away by Owens. 41 points for Billy Owens as the third quarter runs out.
There you see the replay. And there you see the replay going back, and another replay. The alley-oop pass was just a little bit low that time.
This is Billy Owens' last game, and rest assured, no matter how far ahead they are, he'll probably stay in the game the rest of the way. He needs 13 points to break his career high. We'll be back right after this.
WITF's exclusive coverage of this PIAA Quad A Boys Championship game has been made possible by United Telespectrum, leaders in mobile telecommunication. CM Detweiler Realtor, distinctly Detweiler, for nearly a quarter century. Earl B. Lehman Motors of Harrisburg, home of Volvo and Saab. Commonwealth National Bank, offering financial services at over 40 offices in South Central Pennsylvania. Count on Commonwealth. Highland Gardens, your garden department store. And Masland, dedicated to excellence in the automotive industry.
Has a 28-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. And probably the attention is now focused on Billy Owens, who needs 13 points to break his career high of 53.
And the starting 5 is back on the floor for Carlisle.
Lebo has no problem playing his starting 5 even up to the last minute or two, no matter how far ahead they are. And I guess it's a tribute to them to let them play and let them bask in the glory of their effort. Owens will most assuredly stay in for most of this quarter.
There was a walk out front. Ewell picked up his foot.
Substitution number 51.
But even up by 28 points, Dave Lebo does not look like he is relaxed one iota. Still looks a little tense over there. The tie keeps coming down a little further with every play.
Denny Shack.
Carlisle's still playing pressure defense now. They're still back in that zone.
McCoy, nowhere to go. O'Brien pops from the foul line, and it's good. 26-point lead for Carlisle. Catholic still shooting bad from the field, 38%. 14 of 37. Owens! Oh. You've seen this before. Here's another slow-mo coming up with Billy Owens.
You know, I don't know.
Bang.
I don't know if they have a record like this, but I'm sure he's broken the record for the most slam dunks in a championship game.
Catholic misses, and Owens comes back up the court. He tries to do it all himself.
Okay, maybe he won't be the first slash guard or guard slash center.
McCoy comes in, tries for the dunk, but is partially blocked.
You remember a couple of years ago, the big controversy with Ralph Sampson was he thought he was a guard.
After 3 quarters, as I said, Catholic shooting 38%.
Here you see on the replay a good clean block. McCoy thought he had an open lane to the basket, but Lee Woodall was there and made a good clean block on the play. Actually, it wasn't Lee Woodall, it was Michael Coleman.
And a technical foul has been issued, I believe. And Billy Owens will shoot the two shots. Looking for point number 42. Yes. Carlisle shooting 82% from the line, 88% from the field, 28 of 32 through 3 quarters. We're a minute into this 4th quarter.
Well, you can look at this 2 ways. If you're Carlisle,
43 points for Owens.
If you're Carlisle, this is when basketball's fun. If you're Central Catholic, this is when you'd rather be in baseball uniform, ready to go out in the starting 9 or something. Or maybe even on the links playing a nice round of golf. I want to remind you there's more PIAA championship action for you this Friday here on public television when we bring you delayed coverage of the wrestling championships. You can see the Class AA championships at 9 in the morning with the AAA championship starting at 1 this Friday afternoon here on Channel 33.
And Steve Burnett for Central will take a seat. He is fouled out of this ball game, I believe. Although he's still on the floor right now. But he's leaving. It'll be replaced by Michael Banks. Burnett just overpowered by Billy Owens, but Billy Owens overpowered everybody on this team. He leaves.
And he shakes his hands in frustration. I mean, you can see the frustration's evident now on the Central Catholic players. What can you do? The team is shooting about 75%. It's not just Billy Owens.
Team is shooting 88%.
88%?
And Burnett leads with just 2 points.
And we said they couldn't keep up this pace in the second half.
This is Woodall. Shot won't go. Owens tries to follow with a dunk. A one-hander. And he goes baseline again and dishes to Woodall. Back to Owens.
Calling for a walk there. Or baseline. He stepped out of bounds.
On the baseline. Kind of a patty cake little between Woodall and Owens there.
Carlisle looks like they're playing a man-to-man now with Billy Owens sagging way off because Michael Banks is not much of an offensive threat. He's out there trying to set some picks, and he's a big guy.
Listerson, air ball. Rebound by Ewell. They got to be trying to feed the ball to Owens, although here's Coleman. Beautiful feed by Todd Ewell.
I don't know if you mentioned this earlier, Herb, but you know, Ewell is the career assist leader at Carlisle.
He's got 9 of them
tonight.
He's got 9. McCoy, yes. It just seems like McCoy has not been able to do that consistently.
Well, I'm afraid it's just a matter of too little too late.
5 minutes and 43 seconds left. Billy Owens is going to try to get some points here. 2 more. That's 45, I believe. Scratch that, that's 47. Billy Owens is 7 points away from his own career best. I missed a bucket in there somewhere. Please forgive me.
Well, we will forgive you, Herb. It's not hard to miss a bucket in there somewhere. You know, at this point, they're just looking to feed Billy Owens. I mean, they like to score on their own, but they realize that he's near his career point record, and it's his last game.
There it is. And with 5 minutes left, he should get it. Now he has 47. I was right. He had 45 before. Now he has 47. Here's Listerson, and he's fouled by Owens.
Even hustling back to play defense. We're going to see it on the replay now.
Owens tries to block here, tries to use his height against the smaller Listerson.
Of course, he wouldn't have had to try to block it if he'd have gotten back on defense in the first place.
We're not going to see it, and A timeout has been called on the floor. 4:57 left to play in this game. 76-42, a 34-point lead. Dare we start to congratulate Carlisle? Not yet. We won't do it yet. But Central Catholic was just honestly overmatched. And Jim McCoy had a bad game, which really hurt them. They needed a good game from Jim McCoy. He just didn't have a very good one. Not a bad game, but not one that was enough to offset what Carlisle could do.
Well, I think what happened was at the beginning of the game, Jim McCoy felt as though when Carlisle started to run away with this, I think that Jim McCoy felt as though it was his responsibility to keep up with Carlisle on his own. He was taking a lot of three-point shots. Maybe he could have moved in a little bit and gotten some better shots. And when he started taking those three-pointers and started missing those three-pointers, he felt like all the pressure was on him. And I think what happened was he just couldn't hit. He just wasn't hitting earlier.
And a fight has broken out along a media row here about how many points Billy Owens has. The latest figure now, 49. This is the official one, I'm told. Billy Owens has 49 points. His career high is 53 versus Cumberland Valley. So Billy Owens needs 5 points. And he's got 5 minutes to do it, 4:57 to be exact. But first, Listeson will have 2 shots.
Well, I think the only question is how those points are going to come.
Maybe the crowd was hoping for a little more of an emotional finish here. They're going to have to work themselves back up to a fever pitch. Listeson makes the second of 2 foul shots.
Number 53, Joe Conley, back into the lineup for the Vikings, replacing number 33, Jay Listeson.
And a 33-point lead for Carlisle as they work the ball quickly up, and they're not giving up anything. And Bream's in the middle. And they'll call for the offensive charge. Nice play by Bream, but also good hustle by Central Catholic. I'm not sure who the defender was, but he got there in time. I think it's Conley. Or is that... No, the defensive player is number 45. He's a new one in the game. Craig Stepien, a junior. We haven't been talking about the class, the grades of most of these players, but most of them are veterans. Most of them are seniors on the floor right now.
And you see Carlisle playing a good, tough man-to-man defense.
O'Brien draws the foul on the way into the bucket.
He's still out there scrambling. I think they're going to take it as a personal affront if Central Catholic scores more than 50 points.
Here's the guard O'Brien still hustling, and he finds some space on the baseline. Gramlich comes over and fouls him, trying to block it. Not a great foul. Maybe you should let O'Brien shoot. But O'Brien will try to cut the lead to 31. McCoy is the leading scorer for Central Catholic with 17 points. He's still in the ball game, as are most of the starters for both teams. I think it's a new game now. The game is to see, it's not no longer who wins, but to see if Billy Owens gets his 454. 4:17 left to play.
And I don't think Billy's looking to score from the outside.
There's a foul underneath. No, it's traveling.
Ball goes out of bounds. Vikings.
Well, it's getting a little sloppy right now, but with a 31-point difference, you can't expect a whole lot right now.
Carlisle with 12 turnovers in this ball game. Jim McCoy hits
Jim McCoy
for 2 points, not a 3-pointer, but a 2-pointer.
Seems to have moved in a little bit, shortened up his range instead of forcing those 3-pointers.
Woodall will draw the charge. Woodall will be charged with charging.
I believe that was Ewell.
That's Ewell. I keep mixing them up. 31 is
the
Ewell,
replay here.
43 Woodall.
Ewell gets a little out of control on the inside. Number 45, Stepien, gets good position. You call the charge.
And now a sub will come in for Central Catholic. Number 23, Kevin Fitzgerald. He's a senior. Coach Crummey's probably trying to get a senior some time. This is their last game. Not a great way to go out, but when you face a team like Carlisle, you can't be ashamed if they blow you out. Carlisle is just a great team this year.
Well, what happened at the beginning of the second half, Carlisle, or I should say Central Catholic, came out smoking. They hit 9 straight points, three three-pointers. But Carlisle quickly regained their composure.
Conley from way out.
And it's been no contest since then.
And Owens gets the board. You get a kind of feeling that he wants to collect the rebound because he wants to go down the other end and score.
Well, that's the way it's been the whole game. Carlisle's given him one shot. And if you're not hitting on that first shot, it's awfully tough. Looked like a walk down there.
Foul before the shot. Oh, no.
It looked like a walk. They didn't call it.
No bucket. There's a push underneath.
No basket.
You take a look at this
Billy
again
Owens
on the replay.
loses the handle on the ball, but
well, he
regains
didn't have
it.
possession.
45.
He didn't have possession, so.
And Stepien comes up with the foul. He's a junior, Stepien.
That's Scott.
At least you can say you fouled Billy Owens, huh?
Something to tell your grandchildren about.
Craig White. At the line is Billy Owens.
Billy Owens will shoot 2. If he makes them both, he'll have 51 points.
That touch is so soft. A nice follow through, backspin on the ball.
It's been a very quick game.
Yeah, as we're about an hour and 10 minutes into the game. 3 minutes left.
Owens makes them both.
That ties his career high.
No, he's 2 away from his career high.
I was going to start another controversy.
We know for sure he's got 51 points.
7-8-8-3 total paid attendance.
Paid attendance being announced tonight. 78-83 here at the arena.
Which is a smaller crowd than they had on Thursday night, I believe. They had 8,100 on Thursday night.
Personal foul call on number 11, Mike Coleman.
Mike Coleman picks up the foul.
Substitution from the
And he'll come out of the ball
You
game.
see this again on the replay. This time the guy from Central Catholic had position underneath. The 45 had position underneath, and Michael Coleman came over the back.
Stepien, 43, Craig Stepien, now at the lineup for the Vikings.
Stepien will shoot 2. Or 1 and 1, I'm sorry. And Billy Owens with the rebound. Owens gives it up to Gramlich. And back out to Matt Smith. Owens is going to shoot from here. The ball goes out of bounds, but Carlisle retains possession.
Oh no, they gave it to Central Catholic.
Okay, they
It's a
changed
strange
their mind.
call.
Take it from me, they pointed at Carlisle first. Number 21 in the ball game now for Catholic. Craig White, he's a junior. The only starter still in the ball game for Central Catholic is McCoy. McCoy, I believe, still with 17 points.
Trying to get his other players a little bit of experience. And
Here's
Matt
a steal
Smith
from Matt Smith. He doesn't make the layup, though.
pulled up a little short there.
And we got 2:13 left to play in the ball game. 78-47, 31-point lead for Carlisle.
And you see Billy Owens breaking for the other end as soon as the ball gets on the floor.
Kevin Fitzgerald pops for 2.
Kevin Fitzgerald.
And they're going to let Billy Owens have it again, and Stepien commits the foul.
He'll go to the line to shoot one-on-one. Could get it from the foul line. This could tie his record if he makes it.
Scott Worley. Number 41, Brian Roberts reports into the lineup, replacing Jim McCoy.
Jim McCoy is coming out of the ball game. Jim McCoy has seen his last action as a Central Catholic Viking. But he's a fine player, been recruited by schools, Duquesne, Notre Dame, I believe you say?
Notre Dame and the Richmond Spiders, which may have a shot now that they made it to the NCAAs this year and did so well.
And into the game now, as Billy Owens makes his first shot, by the way, he's now got 52 points. McCoy finishes with 19. We'll try to get the names to you here. Craig White is in for Catholic. These are some small guys here. Kerry White, Craig and Kerry, they're identical twin brothers.